Sounds like a cheap rattle, doesn't it? It's a dodecahedron. And a dodecahedron is a solid of 12 sides. Now, 12 is a big number in Hebrew Kabbalah. 12 is just a big number in existence. I mean, we've got our 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 houses, etc., etc. And the Sefer Yetzirah describes the process of creation, the mechanism, the formula of creation in 3 steps that correspond to the 3 types of Hebrew letters. There's 22 Hebrew letters, and 3 of them are mother letters, which literally define direction. Up, down, front, back, right, left. Okay, it's not a big thing. You don't have to drag in any kind of doctrine or belief system or anything else. We're the creation that we think that we're in appears to have an up and a down and a right and a left and a front and a back. And those are the 3 Hebrew mother letters, Aleph, Mem, Shin. Now, the top of the up and the bottom of the down are 2 things. So Aleph, which creates up and down, also creates 2 things, above and below. Same thing with front and back, east and west, right and left, north and south, or because there is no north and south, right and left, front and back, up and down. Okay. So there's the point that all of that is coming out of. Okay, it's an inscrutable point. But with that point in those 6 sides are assigned the 7 Hebrew letters. Hebrew double letters. See, get it? Double. Because they create opposites. They're double letters. And I think in Hebrew, the letters had 2 distinct pronunciations like bet and vet and things like that. But the inscrutable thing is that one point in the middle, and it's also assigned the double letter for the Hebrew letter Tav. But it's a different one. It's a special one. Just like Tav on the tree of life, representing Saturn, is at the very bottom path of the tree, and at the very top as the opening act of the supernal triad, number 3. Bina, above the abyss. It's a spooky thing. Tav is a spooky thing. And but anyway, so those that up and down and right and left and front and back. So we've got all of those Hebrew letters taken care of. We've got 10 Hebrew letters taken care of, but the 12 additional simple Hebrew letters are found on the 12 edges that are produced on that cube. Okay. Okay. Now, inside this cube is Aleph up, down. Well, I get it. I got all 3 of them here. Up, down, front, back, right, left. Okay. That's inside this cube. Okay, rattling around. And this whole cube is placed inside this dodecahedron. Now, all of these letters, planets have zodiac signs they're happy in, And there are zodiac signs that are happy to have certain planets in them and unhappy to have other planets in them. There's fights going on. There's zodiac signs that exalt planets, and those planets and the zodiac signs have elemental rulerships, and there's other source of conflict and enemies and allies within all of those forces. And all substance lives. All substance lives. All substance lives and struggles evermore through countless shapes, continually at war by counter interactions. Internet. That's the rattle. Okay. Now, Monday Night Magic class. Okay, this is what got me off on this whole thing here this morning. Monday Night Magic class, we're going through the Book of Thoth. We're going through the 22 Trumps of Crowley's Book of Thoth. Marvelous book. If you haven't read it, you better get it and read it. If you've read it once or twice or 3 times, you better read it again, because it'll be a different book. But anyway, we're on the Hierophant. I'm so confused with this. The Hierophant, okay? Now, he's the Hebrew letter Vav. Vav is a 6. It stands for the Taurus. And he's the Hierophant. Vav is spelled Vav, and so that's it spelled in full. Now there's one of these for absolutely every one of those 12 things. But inside that, rattling around, continually at war with each other, forming planetary and elemental alliances and treacheries, the countless interactions interknit, all in the struggle. And Vav is a very important one of those. Okay, well, sure, it's the zodiac sign of Taurus, but Taurus, the zodiac sign, all of that is much, much, much more than simple astrology and the movement of the heavens, of which that's just kind of the lowest octave of that stuff. Vav is also very important because it is one of the 3 letters, actually, yeah, one of the 3 letters of the Tetragrammaton, because that hey is repeated. Okay, Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Okay, now everything in the universe, anything that's a thing or a thought, can be divided into 4 qualities or 4 levels of existence. And those could be applied to elements, fire, water, air, and earth, or the 4 parts of the soul, our nepish here, nepish, okay, and our ruach, and our neshama, and our chai, or chayakida, the life force itself. So that would be our nepish, ruach, neshama, chai, or chayakida. And we got that. And so the 4 Kabbalistic worlds, the archetypal world, like the world of the king scale, and then the creative world, and that is this would be like the will of God, and this would be like the heart of God, and this would be like the mind of God, and this would be like God's body. Vav is a very, very big letter, Hebrew letter, and so consequently that makes the Hierophant a pretty important card too. They all are. But the Vav is that mind of God thing. The Vav is our intellect. It's reflected in us as our intellect. And the intellect can, of course, be a double-edged sword, but more likely it's a nail, which is what Vav represents. Now, we often hear that on a tree of life, or just in life in general, we need to be wed with our holy guardian angel until then we're not really a fully functioning spiritual being ourselves. In other words, we have to raise our consciousness to that level of the holy guardian angel until the guardian angel and us are one, and now you become a new guardian angelized you, and that your guardian angel becomes a new you-ized guardian angel. And it's that angel, that's that you/angel that's going to have to do the next big crisis of crossing the abyss and eventually sizzlingly dissolve into Godhead. Okay. So if we were looking for a guardian angel picture in the tarot, that just may be that guy right there. Now it's kind of hard to see here, but he's sitting inside a big hexagram. That's the part of the tree of life, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's the guardian angel thing. But that 5 thing is you. Okay? And the joining of the 5 and the 6 is the great work accomplished, or at least the first stage, knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel. Am I overloading you? Am I being overloaded this morning? I wish I was, actually. Here's a couple things I'm going to read about Vav, and it's from the Book of Thoth. And this is from the Atu Mnemonics, one of the appendices. Vav. Wisdom, to each apportioned to his want, by modes of light, shed forth, great Hierophant. Wisdom, to each apportioned to his want, by modes of light, shed forth, great Hierophant. Now there's another thing in the appendices. Offer thyself virgin to the knowledge and conversation of thine holy guardian angel. All else is a snare. Now, if you could turn this guy through AI into a cartoon of some kind with some dramatic music and everything, and you could see his inscrutable lips moving behind his Babylonian high priest, sexy looking guy. Such a if you could see his lips move, they would be saying, offer thyself virgin to the knowledge and conversation of thine holy guardian angel. All else is a snare. Be thou athletic with the 8 limbs of yoga, for without these thou art not disciplined for any fight. Okay. Now, Monday night class is going to kind of be an extended discussion of what Crowley has to say in the Book of Thoth about the Hierophant. And when I say discussion, I really mean that. That's what Monday night classes are about, and it's what, unfortunately, we can't get enough of here on these morning shows, is a discussion. Because when Monday night class is chugging along well, class is just one big discussion after another. And each person's contribution sends it into, there is no lower levels, okay? Sends it into different and higher dimensions. Monday night magic class, when well operating, is a group dynamic. And we're going to be talking about this guy. And when we're talking about any of these 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 zodiacal tarot cards, we're talking about a form of war. Don't quote me, it's in the Sefer Yetzirah. The nature of existence at this level, not the elemental, 3 elemental level, not at the 7 planetary level, but in the chaotic, wonderful level of 12, we're talking about conflict. All substance lives and struggles evermore through countless shapes, continually at war by counter interactions, internet. Okay. Now, if you've been lucky enough to be initiated into the 3 degrees of the Our Holy Order, or and they've only been mounted, less than a half dozen times around the world. And we're going to do it again in Sacramento, I think, before the probably early next year. You've been initiated in a full-blown initiation ceremony for the 3 mother letters. And the 2nd degree is you're initiated into the 7 double letters. And in the 3rd degree, you're initiated into the 12 simple letters. And it's like it takes hours to do a bunch of people. But anyway, when it comes to the 3rd degree, and you've been given your pipe cleaners, and you've been given your cube, and you know what's inside that cube, and you know what that cube represents. At the climax of your 3rd degree, this will be your new toy. All substance lives and struggles evermore through countless shapes, continually at war by counter interactions, internet. Can you see the planets bumping against the sidewall of? Can you see the pipe cleaners and the little bead bouncing around inside? Behold the letter VAV. Well, let's just go ahead and behold the letter VAV. To one who is awakened, VAV is the monograph of pure God consciousness. But for those who linger yet in dream, VAV is a nail and alludes to the sense of hearing. As a nail penetrates two objects to bind them together, VAV joins darkness to light, man to woman, God to humanity. VAV is the nail that crucifies you to both your vices and your virtues, your healthy habits and your unhealthy habits. In the dream of space-time, VAV is the zodiac sign of Taurus, and all the other letters whose elements, planets, and signs stand in harmony with or hostility to Earth, Venus, and the Moon. They all chart the ever-changing battle plans of the dream wars of VAV. Seize now the rose of VAV and press its thorny stem against the upper blade of your sword, so the beauty of the flower crowns and adorns the cross hilt of your sword. The dream of pain, the dream of pleasure. The battles of the letter VAV are never resolved while we dream, but only when we awaken. And that is the lecture. That's the sermon on VAV. I'll do something else for Sunday school. Until tomorrow. This is a 3-day weekend. It's Labor Day. Labor Day weekend. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, said he. I never died, said he. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.